Hi, Tarmisha here. Today I wanted to talk about the spiritual discipline or practice of devotions. This is near and dear to my heart. Many times when we talk about devotions, we consider it a time that we set aside every day to read the Word, to meditate, to pray, to just kind of turn our focus to the Lord and spend time with Him. And this is really good and important. It's a good way to start our day. It's a good way to end our day. And it's just really important for us. But what I wanted to talk about even more than that is that it's much more than just that. It's much more than just spending this 1 hour or maybe 2 hours, 3 hours set aside with the Lord in the morning. As a young mom, it became very difficult for me to be able to have that undivided attention and time alone with the Lord. There's a baby crying, you're up half the night, you have a toddler who wakes up and comes and then the day starts and they need you. And there's not a way to give all of that undivided attention like you might have when you were single. Before you had kids. And I have a lot of kids in a lot of years. So I just really wrestled with it with the Lord. Like, I want to do this and I want to spend time with you. And so it really came down to, what is devotion? What does it mean? Where does it come from? And that word really comes from the word devote, or to be devout about something. We should devote ourselves to prayer. This is in Colossians 4:2. Also in Romans 12:10, it says, be devoted to one another in brotherly love. So this is a concept and an idea of like, yes, we are supposed to devote ourselves to certain things and to certain people. But it just can't end there, And I began really asking the Lord, like, how can I be devoted to you? Because that really is what the purpose of devotions comes down to. If this is about building a relationship, if this is about me loving the Lord, then there has to be a way where it's not just fits in this category, this ritual, this routine, that it has to be about a lifestyle. It has to be about an attitude of the heart. And I can attest that I have had to learn that this is much more than just setting aside a time. You learn that it's about relationship. And so it's really about turning your heart and your affections to the Lord. True devotion is about turning your heart and your affections to the Lord. I mean, think about it with a relationship. Would you rather a relationship with a person who comes and sees you for an hour every single day? Every single day they come see you for an hour. Maybe you chat a little bit. They listen to your problems. They hear you. And then they have nothing else to do with you. Or would you rather have a relationship with somebody who maybe they're busy, maybe they're doing stuff, but they're including you. They're like, hey, I have to go grocery shopping. You want to come with me? Hey, we're going to have dinner. You want to come have dinner with us? Hey, you want to go shopping with me? This is life. This is life. This is what every day is made up of. And the Lord is like that. He's much more interested in being part of our everyday activities than he is in having an hour or 2 or 3 of alone time. And I am not saying that alone time is not important and that you shouldn't strive to have that. It's a lot like what Jesus said to the Pharisees in Matthew 23:23, where he confronts them and says, hey, like, you're doing all this good stuff, but you're tithing, you should do those things, but you're neglecting the weightier things. You're neglecting the more important part of relationship. Or with the rich young ruler, where Jesus says to him, go and sell all that you have. And because the Lord was really after his heart, he was doing all the right things, but what had his love and his affection and his attention was not the Lord. It was his things, his money. And so devotion goes much further than just reading the Bible and having your alone time and your prayer time, which are essential and important and everyone should do. But it is about relationship. It's about turning your affections and your attentions to the Lord in every area of your life. Whether you're washing dishes, include the Lord. If you're doing laundry, have a conversation with Jesus during that time. When you're sweeping the floors, when something's bothering you, like, be with him. I've had better 5-minute alone times in the bathroom, just shutting the door to get away for a moment and talking to Jesus, than sometimes when I've spent 2 or 3 hours trying to do that, because it's about my heart and my affections turning towards him. And he loves that. That is what is true devotion looks like.